Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 139. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one, the only, Gary. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm just, I'm here.
Fair.
I'm here. We got there in the end. Let's just put it that way. It's the end of a, it's the end of a week. It's the end of a week. Do you know what it is? I felt like I was counting up to E3, and then we got E3, and now there's a lull period of games for me. So I'm a bit like, I don't really want to plan anything. I don't want to stream anything. I don't want to do anything. And beyond that, and then now I'm counting down to Haley breaking up from work, because obviously school holidays start very, very soon. Obviously, with it being July coming up. So yeah, I'm just sort of like in this weird limbo period of like what to do and what to play and how I feel and yada yada yada. Full transparency with the audience. I went for my first ever cancelling session yesterday. So that was a interesting experience. Let's call it that, shall we?
Okay.
So yeah, that was that. And then yeah, just it's been one of them weeks, I tell you. It's been one of them weeks. What about yourself? How you been?
Oh, you know me. I'm just surviving, cracking on, doing my usual.
Plodding along, as you do.
Yeah. Back to like my day job now from being off for E3 and then having a bit of a break afterwards, and it's just like back to the routine, I guess.
And how are you finding that going back? Like, because I know obviously it's a different scale between me and you, but even me, I went from E3, loads of people in chat, it's busy, it's fun, it's do this, do that, and then back to your normal, let's play PUBG and Fortnite, and then like nobody's there. It's like, how's it been for you going back to like a normal 9 to 5?
As crap as it always is when you go back, right?
I've been there, trust me. Well, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, 139 episodes, not missed a week yet. If you have not subscribed on YouTube, you go to youtube.com/myxboxandme. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but the one I want to plug mostly this week is iTunes reviews. If you have not reviewed the podcast on iTunes, or subscribed to it on iTunes, even if you don't listen to it there, hit the subscribe button and review it on iTunes. That's how we get put back in the charts. If you remember when we first launched this podcast, a long, long time ago, we actually charted at number 5. So I'd love to get us back in that top 100 echelon. So that would be cool. Gary, if you don't know, you can get this show early if you head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. You get other perks and goodies over there, and you keep the lights on, literally. Like I say, you keep me doing this full time, so I appreciate it. Should we get into what's been in our box? What we've been playing this week? What you got for me?
I've been playing this tiny little free game. It's called, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called The Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Is that where we're starting?
I guess.
That's a good place to start. It's a good place to start. So, okay, for people that don't know what this is, explain it to them.
It's the new, not Telltale. It's the new Don't Nod game in the Life is Strange universe. So it's like an episode, I guess, between season 1 and waiting for season 2. Yeah, I just saw that as well.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
So for people that are not watching the video version, Gary is not MC Fixer and I am not Gary. But for some reason, when we went into Discord, it put us on the opposite sides. So yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what we're laughing at. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's like an episode that's sort of like a lead into the new season, which comes out in September. You play as the kid whose name I've totally forgotten.
I just know him as Captain
Spirit.
What is his name? That's a really good question.
Oh, I feel like I should know this because
I'll look it up. Keep going.
All right. Anyway, yeah, you play this kid. He's at home. He basically is like the power of imagination. So he's like running around pretending he's a superhero. So you do things like you assemble his costume and you go and you fight the bad guys and there's other stuff going on in the game. I don't know how much of that I actually touch on though.
Chris is his name. You're totally right.
Chris's life isn't all that great.
No. Well, so I do want to. Okay, for those who haven't played this, I think me and Gary, I want to do a spoiler cast for it. But I've only played it through the once, And because I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't actually get that much done in the game. Like, I missed most of the things. I did the very, very basics of what you can do in the game. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to play it again. I'm not going to check it out anymore. Because I know there's more to get in there, but what I played resonated with me so much that I want that to be my experience. I do that with The Walking Dead as well, and these type of games. I play it through once, I'm done, and then I might run back quickly to get achievements that I've missed, but that's it. Like, I would not play through Walking Dead Season 1 again, because I know what I remember how that ends. I remember my emotions. I don't want that to ever be changed. And I feel very much the same about this. Like you said, it takes place in the Life is Strange universe. It tackles some issues that I wasn't ready for at all. I thought we were going to get this fun, happy, joy game about a child that is got a great imagination and yada yada yada. And yeah, his dad might be a bit on the edge, but okay, nothing too bad. And what you get is far more than just that. I don't know what I want to go into and what I don't want to go into, because I think you could ruin the whole demo for people. But I think for a 3-hour demo or pre-log of Life is Strange 2, it was fantastic.
Definitely. I agree.
Like I said, it tackles issues that I have gone through personally in my life. It tackles issues that it resonated so much with me, where if I streamed it, and it was one of those moments where I wish I didn't stream it, because I probably would have been way more emotional because of it, because I had goosebumps and I feel like if I wasn't streaming and I wasn't trying to be MC Fixer in quotes, I would have probably broke down and cried while playing this. So
that's fair.
Yeah, it just hit home with me, like, way more than I was expecting. That's all. Like, because again, I've never played the Life is Strange games because Haley plays them and I watch Haley play them, and I was like, I'm gonna play this. This is free. This would be a great place to jump in for 2. Yada yada yada. And then what you get is just like, damn,
fucked up is what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucked me up a bit as well, like, when I was playing it. Luckily, I wasn't streaming it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's really hard to talk about without spoiling, but
100%.
Chris goes through some things in life that no child should have to experience, but unfortunately, children experience. And I'm glad... I said afterwards, after I finished playing it on the stream, I said... This is why video games are the best medium to tell stories in, bar none. Bar none, in my opinion. You can get a free demo of something that is so enriched with story and emotion that you just don't... I got more out of that tiny demo than I've gotten out of some big budget films. Like, I'm talking $100 million films and stuff, like, that just don't hit home at all. They don't do the right thing, and this does it perfectly for me personally.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It also made me realize, like, that I didn't realize before I played this demo that I was definitely ready for more Life is Strange. Like,
okay,
I'm looking forward to, like, the new game now in a way that I wasn't before.
I think it ends in such a way that people are like, well, how are they going to do it? There's still a lot of questions over who we're going to play as, yada, yada, yada. And just having this to, like, a palate cleanser and be like, okay, you've set the tone now of what we're going to be going through. Here we go. For me, it's just perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you've been
playing? Yeah, I played more of that game I mentioned last week that I just started playing before we did the podcast, called Wizard of Legend.
Any good?
Excuse me. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's more or less just sort of your typical dungeon crawling roguelike game. The only real difference between that and a normal dungeon crawling roguelike game is
Yeah.
the way the progression works. Because instead of getting more powerful as you're going through, you unlock more abilities, and you're always going you're always going into the dungeons with a loadout of 4 abilities that like different magical spells that do different things, so you different attacks basically.
Yeah.
And you always go in with 1 relic, which is like it gives you a boost to something, like say extra damage, or you heal whenever you do a critical hit.
Yeah.
And the way you get more powerful, it's quite based on RNG. You
Got
basically on every level you find shops, and you collect currency while you're going through each level, and you can buy extra spells and you can buy extra relics as you're going through. So it's not like you're grinding out to get more powerful. It's just you're going in, you're playing it, you're setting yourself up to your own play style, and then like you're hoping for the best when you go in, basically.
Okay.
It works a lot better than it's.
It sounds interesting. Doesn't sound like my type of game, unfortunately. But
It's
as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
it's a very fun game.
Cool.
Quite
Have you
difficult.
finished it?
Yes.
So can we accept a review, or?
I
not
could
doing
try
that?
and crack something out. Came out in May, so it was one of those games where I was going back over to play
Yeah. Okay.
while there's time.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, but until the tsunami hits us.
Until it all just happens.
Until
all at
everything
once.
happens. But right now we're in this lull period. I feel like, as Xbox game especially, I'm just like,
Oh yeah, it's pretty weird. Like there's
What
like
do I
a
get?
game a month maybe,
Yeah.
and then like in between it's like, well, what do you fill your time with? Like
yeah, exactly. I played some Resident Evil 4. Went back to that. I was checking over the achievements, and there's only a few that I needed. I got to do it on the hardest difficulty for 150G. Unlock all the costumes, which I thought I had. So I went through and like, obviously, you want to put, if you've ever played Resident Evil 4, you want to put Ashley in the medieval like suit so she doesn't die all the time on professional. And I thought I did that, but apparently I hadn't unlocked it. So now I've got to play through all of Ada's story to get that costume, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that.
I remember that being a super useful costume.
So it's like, so I've got to do that now, which I'm annoyed about. But yeah, that. What else have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of Fortnite.
I've noticed on Twitch.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. A bit for fun, a bit for work type situation. But for me, it's more a case of I am bored of PUBG. And PUBG,
Yeah, I'm getting.
PUBG to me now is no longer fun, which is crazy. If you would have said that to me a year ago, I would have been like, yeah, all right, mate. Like, I'm gonna play PUBG until it's done. Like, sort of
Until
thing.
the end of time.
But now it just doesn't have that same feeling to it at the moment for me. PUBG. I play it and I play one game, I play 2 games, and then I'm pretty much done. I'm like, I'm okay. The same with Fortnite, honestly, but I can grind out Fortnite a little bit more because I feel like I'm getting better and getting better and getting better and getting better. I'm learning to build slowly. I'm getting there. And there's just more to the game than PUBG, which is like, PUBG is like, okay, look for level 3, look for level 3, look for level 3. I've got all this great stuff. Oh, I'm dead. Where Fortnite's similar is look for the blue, look for the blue, look for the purple, look for the yellow, whatever, guns. And then, let's go get all this material so when we do come up in a battle to build and stuff like that. It's we know what the game is. It's just for me, just for some reason, it's just now I'm playing that more than I am PUBG. I think I'm super bad out on Battle Royales, honestly. My fingers are crossed that Call of Duty is going to be good. Their Battle Royale, honestly.
Yeah.
Like a AAA version of Battle Royale, Call of Duty Battle Royale could be super fun.
Oh, it could be awesome. Like, it could be so cool.
It could also be trash.
It could also not be. Yeah, 100%. But luckily, we're going to have lots of battle royales to choose from soon. So,
well, what have we got? Call of Duty, Realm Royale coming to Xbox,
Battlefield,
Battlefield. I think you're not going to see until God knows how long. Honestly, that because of that whole EA debacle, I don't think we're seeing that. No way. Anytime soon, personally. That was attacked on. Oh, and we're doing that too. Okay, cool. See you later.
Battlefield Royale. That was the first thing that got announced at E3 as well.
So, yeah. Besides that,
there's a couple other interesting indie-ish ones as well. Isles of the Nine or Islands of the Nine.
Oh
I've
yeah,
heard some
that's
good
on
buzz around
PC.
that. Yeah, it's on PC at the
Yeah.
moment. But have you played Darwin Project since it
Yes.
came
Oh,
out?
have I played it since? No. Well, it's free to
Yeah.
play now, isn't it? It's going free to play on Xbox in
Is it?
July. Yeah, and it just doesn't have the legs. It should have been free. Excuse me. It should have been free to play from the start. Number one, it should have been, and then
Yeah.
it just didn't have what I want. Like, it's fun. It was a good game. A good game. It was fun, but it just in the end it just didn't come together of what I wanted. Unfortunately, so yeah. I think that's it for me. Anything else you played, or are we good?
No, we could. We could.
Well, let's move straight into the topic of the show this week, Gary, shall we?
Let's do
Topic of
it.
the show this week is Telltale are reportedly finally ditching its old engine.
About time.
After dozens of series and countless of episodes, Telltale is finally set to replace its aging game engine. This is according to a new Variety report, which confirms earlier that the rumblings of Telltale moving away from its own engine, increasingly rickety Telltale tools, in favour for the widely used Unity engine. So, what we know so far, Gary, from this is that The Walking Dead's final season will be the last game developed on Telltale's own engine, and then everything else going forward, which means The Wolf Among Us and the newly announced Stranger Things game will both be on the new engine. The reason I've said I've put it as a topic of the show anyways, because do you feel like it's a little bit too late for Telltale?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel
Because-
like they lost all of their goodwill with us.
Yeah, you probably. I mean, I don't know if they've lost all of their goodwill. While they've still got The Walking Dead going, but they're definitely not at the height of their popularity. Like they needed to do this when they were releasing like a new episode of something every month, or when like back in the day when we were getting Guardians and Batman and Walking Dead and this and that. Like,
Well, from what I understand, I played the first episode of Batman. I wasn't feeling it personally, but I'm not a huge Batman fan anyway, so that doesn't surprise people. He's fine. So that did nothing for me. Guardians I didn't play. I played the first episode, didn't feel it. Season 1 and 2 of Walking Dead is fabulous. Season 3, average. Didn't play
so
Game
it'll
of
be in
Thrones. What else am I missing? Minecraft, I watched Hayden play the first episode, didn't feel it. Where else? I think I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something.
yes,
I'm missing
I
something.
just feel like there's something else.
There's something I'm missing that I'm not thinking of. The Wolf Among Us. And The Wolf Among Us was fantastic. So from me, they've had 3 good seasons. And even in those 3 good seasons, the engine has been diabolical.
Oh, definitely. Like
So-
for years now.
And like I say, all of their newer seasons, obviously you got Batman Season 2 that I never mentioned, but I didn't play again.
Batman.
For me, it's just like they should have changed this a long time ago. And to do it now just seems kind of... Obviously, it's good. I'm happy it's happening. It means Wolf Among Us 2 will look better, play better, feel better, hopefully. But
Yeah.
what it doesn't do is fill me with confidence about anything else. It just doesn't have that same... If they would have done this for Season 2 of The Walking Dead, I would have been like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Good job on you, Telltale. But now they're doing it, I'm just like... You guys are behind. You should have done this a long time ago. Obviously, we got the rumblings about how many people were laid off there, how they've had to do less projects, because I feel like the more they got was the less quality control.
Yeah, definitely. And it didn't help that they were trying to get those episodes out super quick, and it didn't help that their engine was basically falling to pieces at that point.
What do you think about them? I know they will do these episodes and then they still work on them after they release, like episode 1 comes out, then they'll work on episode 2 or other. Do you not feel like they should do all of them done and then release them a week by week basis? Like, I feel like the model that they have is super outdated now, because even I'm like, I don't want to wait anymore. Like, I prefer the Netflix approach of, here's everything, go at it when you're ready, compared to the, here's one, see you in 3 months. Here's another, see you in 2 months. Here's one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like their model for games, like specifically for games, it would probably work better if we knew like in advance, if they had the schedule for like
Yeah.
say the Walking Dead final season. It's just like this is when episode 1's coming, this is when episode 2's coming, because it is kind of a pain to be like episode 1's out, yeah, brilliant, and then it's like when's episode 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we all get
Probably a
excited
couple of
because it gets posted on a blog post, but it's just like, but I wanted it now. Like, especially with the season finale of Walking Dead. I feel like for me, that story now needs to be wrapped up. I'm glad that they're ending it because season 3, again, they've shown what not to do with that world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is, you can tell a story in that world, but don't make it a side story. You've done it with Michonne, you've done it with 400 Days. That's pretty much what season 3 was. It was telling a side story with Clem in the world as well. It's like, well, no, I am Clem. I want to be Clem, not
That's my character.
somebody else. Yeah, I built her. Like, why would you let me just like experience stuff that I don't think that she would do?
Yeah, 100%. Like I appreciated the idea behind season 3. Purely in the fact that okay, so in season 1 you were Lee and you shaped Clementine, and then in season 2 you actually carried that on and control Clementine. And then I like the idea of like, so in season 3 you're going to meet her as another character, and you're going to see her, the way she reacts to the world and interacts with the world based on how you've shaped her in the past 2 seasons, but it didn't really land very well.
I feel like that makes more sense as a season 2, though. I feel like, if anything, then don't let me play her, build up to letting me play her. Like, it's sort of anticlimactic when it's, you build her as Lee, then you get to play her and build her as the woman she becomes, to then witness the woman she becomes, to then play her as the woman she is now.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right. It's like, well, then this build up to Lee builds her, then Javier builds her, then we play her and finish, and then we get to play her and have this big moment where now it just seems a little bit here, there, and everywhere for me personally.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like I say, the idea was solid. It was the execution that wasn't. I mean, in terms of them building the new engine now, I mean, I think the best they're probably trying to hope for is it's probably like I guess a soft reboot of like Telltale games as a company, if that makes sense. Because obviously they've got the 2 new projects that are going to be coming out next year.
Do you think? Again, I don't watch Stranger Things. I've not seen it. Heard fantastic things.
Oh, I love
but
it.
do you think it's going to do well as a game though?
I think it can do well as a game. As a Telltale game, it can do well. Yeah, definitely.
What, and people are going to buy it? Because we would have said the same thing about Game of Thrones.
I have no idea if people are going to buy it. It's one of those weird things where everyone's going to buy, like, people are going to buy The Walking Dead because they want to finish the story.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a niche audience that's been, like, dying for Wolf Among Us Season 2.
Exactly.
With Stranger Things, it's like, how much crossover is there between the people that watch the show and the people that play games, and then the people that play adventure games as well. And I don't know how much crossover there would be there. Like, they need to get that kind of hit that they got with the first season of The Walking Dead, which kind of, like, people knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But those were the Sam and Max guys. And it was a big surprise when it came out and everybody was talking about it. And that's how Telltale just exploded. And, like, they need to do that again, and with the new property, really, especially with The Walking Dead coming to an end. So maybe Stranger Things is the thing that does that.
See, I don't feel like it is. I am a fan of Telltales, like I've said. I think they've had some hit and misses, but for me, it's like, okay, I totally get Wolf Among Us. That's like, okay, let's cater to our hardcores of hardcore audience, which I'll be picking that up day one. That's phenomenal. And then we got Stranger Things, and I'm like, okay, so Wolf Among Us is going to sell okay, I think. Okay, only okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then Stranger Things is a risk. And it's like, I'm really interested to see what the next pillar game is, the next franchise, I should say, that they're going to get their hands on. Like, I just don't know what it could be. I don't like Fortnite.
Yeah,
I know we're laughing. I'm being deadly serious.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely like bang on. Like Fortnite would be a big get for them.
Like something in the same vein as Minecraft, like the same sort of story.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the Minecraft one? It's like you can build and stuff like that. It's like it tells a story in the Minecraft world. I feel like they could do that brilliantly with Fortnite. But the thing is, it needs to happen now, not even when they did it with Minecraft. Minecraft was on its downfall. Again, I always feel like these companies do this and it's like too late. It's like, well, what a Fortnite world would the art style perfect. They're building it again, perfect. It's the biggest thing ever right now, perfect. Like I don't know, I'd be interested to see what comes next, especially with them using Unity, which is going to be the new engine. It just hopefully the workload gets easier on them as well.
I mean, it should. Like I know, like limited knowledge of like how game engines work, but Unity is supposed to be like super user friendly, so hopefully that'll speed things up a bit.
Yeah, I think it's similar to me. Like I use Sony Vegas to edit videos. We all know Adobe Premiere is better than Sony Vegas, but you can't teach.
You know how to use.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm so stubborn. And I feel like maybe that's going to be the problem with moving over to Unity. The team that are there right now at Telltale are used to using the Telltale engine. So are they going to get like, oh, we've got to learn this whole new engine? It's like putting in hours upon hours. It's not just creating the game at this point. It's then learning as well.
I mean,
learning
I imagine a bunch of the devs like who work there have worked on other stuff before, probably used Unity before. There's also going to be, because obviously there's the majority of the team are probably working on The Walking Dead right now, but there'll be a team working on The Wolf Among Us, and there'll be a team working on Stranger Things, and that game's not coming out for at least the next 6 months. So
yeah, definitely.
They've got plenty of time to put it together and learn everything.
Okay. Well, let's hear from my boy Mike Lynch, and he says, "Hey guys, my name's Mike Lynch. I stream as much as I can, but I'm a student and finals are a thing. I keep telling him to send me a new ad ready, that he doesn't do it. I don't have a schedule, but follow me on Twitter at MikeLynch8645 to stay up to date with my stream." He was streaming the other day, actually. So, yes. Gary.
Shame I usually miss him because of time zones and stuff.
Yeah, I got that with so many people that I follow. So many.
Yeah.
Coming soon. What we got?
Coming soon. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Xbox games coming.
We've got
soon.
A lot of news, so I'm not gonna guess this week. But
it's fine. Most of them you'll know anyway. Okay. I would have thought. June 29th, which is today. If you're watching this live on twitch.tv/MCFixer,
yeah.
We've got Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Never heard of it.
No, fair enough. And The Crew 2.
Yeah.
That's out.
Yeah.
Loads of buzz about The Crew.
It's actually not meant to be bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just...
I've literally heard nothing.
I enjoyed The Crew one. Me, Haley, and Haley's brother played it all together. Had a lot of fun, but not because the game was good, just because we made our own fun.
Yeah.
Which is like, definitely. We were trying to run each other off the road to be the person who wins the race for our crew. Instead of like just winning the race and like, oh, we come first, so no. Like we would literally like run each other off the road to try and win. So
I want to win.
Exactly. It was like a team-based game with like, no, we're not a team.
Yeah, but yeah, not really. No.
Crash Bandicoot, first time ever time on the Xbox though. That's huge. Man, cool. That's
whole trilogy.
So interesting to see what happens there. So.
Also today, MXGP Pro, which is like bikes and stuff. Yeah. On July 3rd, Red Faction Guerrilla
remaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
You interested in that one?
I've only ever played the first Red Faction way back when it came out on PC. Like that must have been in the 90s. Yeah, I'll give it a look. I don't know what it brings to the table. The big thing with Red Faction and back in the day was like you could destroy walls and scenery and stuff. That was the big thing. And
no, that's normal.
Yeah, now that's just like, of course you can.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just games. And on July 5th, we've got Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, because apparently it needs 2 subtitles.
So what is this? Is that the one that's got a beta going for it right now?
Yeah.
I played it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Literally, me and Chris tried to get into a game, it didn't work. I was like, I'm done, Chris. Sorry.
Fair enough. It's an action RPG with a bunch of different classes. I imagine it's Diablo-esque. That's pretty much all I know about it. I haven't actually touched it.
It's a video game.
That's
all I can give you. Sorry.
No.
It didn't load
I mean, you've got 10 seconds more experience than me, so.
That's
That's it. That's coming soon.
Fair enough. Like the big pick this week, I would have said Crash Bandicoot. I played it on PS4 when it got remastered. It was a lot of fun. It was hard, so hard. So if you're into platformers and you're into hard games, perfect. But it was hard. Let's get into the news this week, Gary, and we got quite a bit of news this week, funny enough, which is nice. First piece is Uncharted creator Amy Hennig has departed from EA, and her Star Wars game is on the shelf. Today at Game Lab conference in Barcelona, Hennig revealed that Hennig, am I saying that wrong?
Hennig.
Hennig, yeah, I thought I said it right. Hennig revealed to Eurogamer that she has actually parted ways with EA as of January this year, and was in the process of starting up her new independent studio, but had not yet had the chance to announce the change or set the record straight. Quote, I am sorry, the question was asked, when asked if she was still at Star Wars on the project, she replied, quote, I have not worked at EA since January, technically, legally, yes. This is a problem, it was hard enough for them, but people were immediately asking them, is Amy working for you? And, Amy Haley just sort of ran into Amy working for you? And the answer was, well, we're in negotiations. Like, it was sort of the soft pedal answer. I haven't been in, but look, I get along with all those people, and I could even consider on the exec team friends. But it made it awkward because it was like I never got a chance to announce that I'm not at EA, so I just needed to pull off that band-aid at some point, but also had nothing to announce. It makes it sound like I just went home, but I'm doing all this stuff, working on all kinds of things. I'm working independently and staying independent. I just started my own small independent studio and I am consulting with some people. I'm hoping to bring some people on board. I would love to have a little company of around 6 to 8 people, 15 at the most, and do some more projects, do some VR stuff, and I'm consulting with some VR companies and doing a ton of research because I haven't played a lot to immerse myself in it. End quote. Gary.
Yeah.
What'd you make of that?
Good on her for going indie. Fair enough. I don't think there was any question that she was actually going to leave here. Like, well, yeah. What was she going to do at EA if she wasn't doing this big single-player linear-based Star Wars game? Like, she's going to write the next fucking Battlefield.
Yeah, no, not going to happen.
No. So yeah, none of that's really a surprise. The stuff about the Star Wars game being on the shelf isn't really a surprise because they wanted to pivot it into this like live service, open world thing.
Yeah.
By the guys who make the sports games.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
That doesn't worry me.
I mean, that doesn't like game developers are game developers.
Yeah, that doesn't worry me personally. I'll be honest with you. The big takeaway here is obviously that she's gone independent and she's staying independent.
Yeah.
I think as someone like me, I'm wondering, did Phil pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we've got a new studio up in Santa Monica. Hey, we're working on. We want something like Uncharted. Hey, single player focused, yada yada." Or maybe we have all got this totally wrong, and it's not a single player focused double, triple A company that we was expecting.
I hope it is.
Yeah. But it's an interesting one, isn't it?
It sounds like Amy just got burned on.
I think it was. Yeah. She had a. We don't know the full extent of the story at Naughty Dog or how it ended. To then go to EA and get shelved. To be like, do you know what? I've made my money. I'm done with people bossing me around. I'm done with my hard work being shelved. I'm done. Like, that's how I took it anyway.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna make what I want to make.
I'm done. I'm doing me, sort of thing. I want to dabble in VR. I am gonna have a small team of this. I am not going to play. No one is buying me. No one is having me ever again. Type situation. So I think there's a quote that I didn't add, which was like, "Never say never on the Star Wars project." But whatever, that is.
You can probably say never on the Star Wars project.
I mean, yeah. So
it's just a shame.
It is a shame. But it's a shame because of obviously how talented she is, and I just don't think 8 to 15 person team working on anything is going to be able to give us what I expect from a Amy game. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think she'll be making anything like Uncharted, like with a 15-person team.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see where she goes because she's incredibly talented. So
yeah, it should be interesting. Next up, we got Microsoft teases the first ever stream to win option built into Xbox. Horizons 4 in-game currency can be used to unlock new cars features in the game, and Penrose said that the game's players can progress in the game. Quote, progress in the game just by painting or tuning or streaming your gameplay on Mixer. End quote. Penrose did not elaborate on how much progress can be unlocked for tuning on Mixer broadcasts, nor did he elaborate on whether players can earn rewards for doing the same thing on Twitch. If Playground and Microsoft Studios lock Twitch out of this perk, Microsoft has yet to announce. Whether Horizon 4 will include other ways to earn or pay for in-game bonuses, we've not been confirmed either. I don't think they'll do loot boxes, but yeah, there'll be something. So what do you make of this?
it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
Stream to earn in-game rewards. It depends on what the in-game reward is.
I think you've got to imagine that it's just going to be like XP and stuff like that. Maybe some sort of a credit for every hour you're live.
It'll be something
live.
small.
It'll be something small, but it's an interesting way to entice people to pretty much free promotion of the game.
Definitely. I mean,
it's just what I think for me. It opens up more. Forget Forza. I want to see what the next game is that does this. That then incentivize you with, you get a free skin if you stream, and you get a free, not loot box, but whatever the thing is, that a free whatever for streaming. And I feel like this is just gonna just make more people stream.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not everybody can
stream,
which is why I think they'll keep the rewards quite small.
Here's a question for you. We had this in my Twitch chat the other day. Totally off base, yeah. And I want emails for this one. My Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. If you stream a couple of times, are you a streamer?
A streamer?
So, are you considered a streamer if you stream a couple of times, or you're just putting your foot in and you just started? Do you consider that person then a streamer? And this is what I said was no. I said no, you're not a streamer. A streamer is someone on a constant base, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Could go into it. For me, and the example I used was, if you play football, you're not a footballer. Right?
Yeah, you're right. If you only stream a couple of times and then you don't stream again, or you stream it,
or you stream here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
Are you a streamer?
But
just a question I want to put out there for people.
No, I mean, if you're just starting out and you have that intention of like doing it,
what's the intention? This is my point.
Regularly.
What's the intention?
Like to stream fairly regularly.
Okay, yeah.
Then yeah, I guess. But yeah, if you just stream and then you stream a game and then maybe it's a few weeks later you stream again and then maybe you don't stream for another few months or something like that, then no, not really a streamer, I guess.
I just want to pose that question to everyone in the community. Are you a streamer if you turn on your Xbox, say Xbox stream, and then boom, are you considered a streamer? Just wanted to add that one there. Next piece of news we got. Gary, this one I only added for you because I didn't give a crap. Overwatch's next hero is a hamster. Whoa. Blizzard has seemingly unveiled, is it Hammond? Hammond, its latest Overwatch hero. Hammond is a hamster in a mech suit. A video has been teased. A teaser video has been posted on Overwatch's official Twitter account. Shows Hammond rolling in wearing a hulking metal suit.
Literally rolling. Literally. He rolls.
Rolling.
To gain speed.
So,
they released him on the PTO on PC. So I'm looking forward to getting a chance to play him on Xbox.
cool.
He's a tank. So
I mean,
that's my jam.
Okay, cool. If it ain't Junkrat, who really cares?
Well, me, I'm a tank. I can't tank with Junkrat.
I mean, that's your problem. Next up, we got the patch notes for Sea of Thieves. We've got Gunpowder Skeleton Events. We've got Explosive Focus, Fusions, Rat something.
Doubloons.
Thank you. Doubloons. Rat Cosmetics. Letters of Recommendations. Rat Titles. Legendary things. It's just, there's a ton of stuff going on in Sea of Thieves right now. There's too much to even talk about. Like, I always put these patch notes in because I want to tell people that the Sea of Thieves 1.1.4 is out, but there's just so much. It's like, there's UI fixes, there's a ton of fixes to the Hunger and Deep, there's so much. So if you want to see the full patch notes, go to Rare's or Sea of Thieves blog post. But yeah, there's been fixes to your Sea of Thieves game. If you're still playing Sea of Thieves, let me know. My Xbox and me podcast at gmail.com. I'd love to know who's actually still playing this, because I haven't picked it up since the first 2 days.
Not me.
I knew you wouldn't. Remember when I told you wouldn't play it? Remember?
I remember.
And you was like, yeah, I'm going to play it. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Someone needs to go back and check that. That's bullshit. He was like, no, I'm going to carry on playing it. Me and my friends, we're going to play it every now and then. Yada, 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 yada. I'm going to stream it. Yada, yada, yada.
I remember not playing as much of the beta right before it came out as you, so I wasn't as burned out as you the first time we talked about it.
No, bullshit. Don't try to use that on me. I only played the beta a little bit. Don't try to act like a chair,
or something
broke.
like that. Basically, the first time we talked about it, I wasn't as burned out on it as you were.
Whatever. Because I was a realist. I knew this game had nothing in it. And everyone else wanted to pretend that puking on people was fun.
It was fun. I was puking in my friend's face. It was great. I'm not going to deny the fun that I had when I played the game, but...
Sure. Whatever. Let's talk about a game that is fun. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead creators working on an unannounced title in a globally known franchise. Left 4 Dead fans long awaited a third game. Doesn't look any closer to being over today. But Turtle Rock Studios says the developer that created the series and went on to make Evolve, rest in peace, is apparently working on a globally known game franchise. As first noticed today by a Reset Era user, Turtle Rock is hiring a senior level designer to work on an unannounced AAA title. Turtle Rock has yet to officially reveal the AAA title in question, but the job posting is looking for someone who can create fun encounters and awesome level layouts. Game industry is so cool. Imagine your job is just like, yo, your job? Make fun encounters. Make it happen.
Make it fun. Make it 25% more fun. Come on.
More
you can do
fun.
It, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for making that happen. So yeah, obviously Left 4 Dead creators making a new game moving on from Evolve.
Yes.
Which is obviously a big one. Which is...
Yeah, because that was a while ago now.
It came, it saw, it died.
It did.
It didn't conquer. It
didn't.
Which is a shame, because playing that game at shows was fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was fun. I can't deny that it was fun. But, you know.
Yeah, I remember playing it at EGX and having a ton of fun with it.
It happens. State of Decay 2 is getting an Independence Pack DLC to celebrate. State of Decay 2 has announced that it's at 3 million players and will be releasing this pack of DLC. State of Decay 2 is celebrating a new milestone of players, which, like I just said, 3 million, with a new DLC pack available for players on PC and Xbox. Microsoft revealed today that after a surprising 3 million players, Undead Labs has released the Independence Pack DLC, which costs $5, includes new weapons, vehicles, supplies, and fireworks. The pack is available on Xbox One, PC, and includes zombies dressed up in American Revolution garb, allowing for Microsoft allowing for what Microsoft describes as history that can be blown up with fireworks. The full content includes a Pyro Hawk and some other stuff that you can go and check out. Gary, played much of State of Decay 2 since launch? No, me either.
No.
I mean, I played it for that first week that it came out, solid, enjoyed it, had a ton of fun with it, don't get me wrong. Still think it's a great game. Didn't like what they did with the multiplayer, unfortunately. So it never really drove me to make people play it with me, because I didn't actually like playing it with people, if I'm honest. Not that it just wasn't fun, but it's just it had problems. I don't like the color-coded stuff and all that. That really frustrates me. Beyond that, though, the problems with the game was why I stopped playing, which was the car cameras and all of that sort of thing. It's all been patched, so I assume there was a patch for it for the other day. So I assume it plays a lot better now, and I will eventually get back to it because it's still a great game. I love State of Decay, but there just wasn't enough there. I was expecting more of a story. Even the first game had story. This one has no story. And I'm a bit like, that's a shame.
A weird approach to the story.
Well, there is none. It's just sort of like...
With the legacy stuff. Like, you have to kill all the player cards, and then you have to do a bunch of legacy quests, and it's just like... It's not really a story. That's just... No. There are some open world activities. If you do them...
Yeah, the story will eventually end.
The story will end.
Yeah. So, just a weird one for me. Also, for a limited time, players can play a free 10-hour free trial of Unravel 2 and experience the first 2 levels of the game. Play it alone or with someone in local co-op. Gary, did this game fail?
I don't think it was a smart idea to launch it the way they did at E3. I think that was a terrible idea. I think you do that with games that are probably not going to hit anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like with a game like Unravel 2, they should have probably had some lead up to it, some PR lead up, some marketing lead up, maybe something, because there was a ton of previews and there was a ton of reviews but they were all coming out at the same time as those 50 news stories, because E3 was still happening. Yeah. Did it fail? It's quite probable that it did. Just purely because of the way they released it.
So who do we blame here? Is that EA? That's EA's choice, right? It's EA's choice. Like, oh, we're going to release your game at E3.
I guess. I guess it was them who decided. They're the publisher, right? So they must have decided the release date. So I guess that's who we blame. It's a shame as well. It's a really, really good game. Solid improvement over the first one as well, which was already a good game.
Interesting. That pretty much means it's not interesting. Showtime announces a new Halo TV series and details. Before we get into this, Mr. Moody has told me that one of the games I'll be playing in the month of July,
oh dear God, is
going to be Halo 5.
Okay.
Because he supports at a certain level on Patreon, so he gets to pick 2 games that he plays that I play a month. I'm worried.
Why does he do this? Like, I don't understand.
He only picks. So, did I forget to mention? I forgot to mention I played Mass Effect.
Yeah, no,
so
I
played Mass Effect Andromeda for the first time. I actually didn't think it was that bad.
It's not.
It's not that bad.
Not.
I actually had a little bit of fun with it, if I'm honest with you. Now, am I going to go back and finish it? Probably not. The one thing I dislike about that game, and I've never played a Mass Effect properly before, but that's the most I've ever spent time with a Mass Effect game, 3 hours. It's a lot of mundane missions. Like that mission where you just have to go and scan the boxes for the dude who's trying to get set up the girl, and then the girl's trying to set him up, and then we find out it's another dude, and I'm like, this wasn't fun. That's
Mass Effect has that problem.
Yeah, that just wasn't fun.
Especially Andromeda. Because, like, with a game like Mass Effect 2, which is probably the best one, easily, there's not a whole lot of side content, like side quest stuff. Like, there's the main story, and then there's the loyalty missions, and they're all, like, massively, like, well fleshed out. But whenever they've tried to do side content in a Mass Effect game, it's never really, like, been that great. And Andromeda just kind of compounded that problem by having these huge open world exploration places you can explore, and then it's like there's not really that much you can do in them. That's like very fun.
But yeah, nonetheless, I was actually interested in the story.
The story's actually pretty cool.
I actually quite enjoyed the fact that I'm now the Pathfinder, and I don't. Again, no spoilers. Maybe I'll finally get to it at the end. Maybe one day. But yeah, I had fun. No, don't just pick Mass Effect. Don't do it.
I'll just pick Mass Effect.
Don't do it. But back to Halo. Back to Halo. Showtime's announced the new Halo TV series, and here's the details. Today we announced that we are working with some incredible talent to bring you an epic new story experience set in the Halo universe. The Halo TV series Showtime brings its powerful legacy of experience in building stories for premium cable, and together with Amblin television and legendary storyteller Steven Spielberg has been a gracious partner in helping put together the rare creative team to bring Halo to television. We are thrilled to have the experience of a showrunner, Carl Kennan, from Lone Star, and blockbuster director Rupert Wyatt from Rise of the Planet of the Apes on board, both whom bring their own flavour of vision, intelligence, and voice to Halo. We couldn't have asked for a stronger or more passionate team to collaborate with. Gary, Halo TV series is happening. It was announced so long ago. Spielberg still there. What do you think?
I guess I'll watch it. It's the best I've got. I don't even know what it's going to be about. Like, at a certain point,
not Chief. It won't be about Chief.
No, it won't be about Chief. At a certain point, the story of like Halo and the way it's gone is really weird. It's like that original trilogy was quite satisfying. And then like you had the spin-offs and the prequels, and then they've started this whole new story. And like I've played Halo 4 and I've played Halo 5. I couldn't tell you shit about what's going on in Halo right now.
But I'll be honest with you, I've played Halo 1 and I couldn't tell you shit what happened in that first game. I finished that first game and just didn't. I was like, no. I get the people that love it. Good for you guys. More power to you. Don't come for me. Promise. I'm not hating on the thing that you love, but I just don't get it.
No, I mean I could tell you about like the trilogy and Halo Reach. Maybe not ODST so much, but then it's like you get Halo 4 and 5, which are the more recent games, and I'm like, the story, yeah. Chief was in it, and there was this dude.
That dude. There's a black dude. There's a black dude. I know that.
And they were supposed to fight each other, according to the trailers, but then they didn't really do that in the game. And then
spoilers.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Okay, I'll allow it because I can't tell you anything else otherwise.
No, I'm just like, yeah, no.
But I'm totally down for if I'm being honest with you, if this TV series is good and then can get me invested into the Halo world, I'm totally down for that. I would love to love Halo. I just don't. So if you can give me something that will make me love Halo, perfect.
I mean, the potential is there, absolutely.
So
for a great TV show. So
we will see. Next up, we got a story about Dying Light. We're almost at the end here, guys. Don't worry. 60 FPS is more important to us than 4K. Techland on Dying Light 2's next gen engine. In a recent interview with FCCF Tech, the developer spoke about its technical aims with the zombie slaying sequel. Quote, "The most important thing to us is the fluid movement because it's parkour." A parkour game. Dying Light 2 lead designer Taimon Semki.
Smectala?
Okay, I'll go with that. Smectala explained, "You really have to be immersed in how you move through the city, so 60 FPS is more important to us than 4K. But They did say also that they're not totally saying they're not going to hit 4K. It's just something that they're not stressing over. It's 60 FPS over everything. So, good. Game Pass games for July have been announced, which is a new thing, I guess. 7 Xbox One Game Pass games and some 360 ones here. So on the 1st of July, you will have Abzu, Dirt 4, Zombie Army Trilogy, Shadow Complex Remastered, Human Fall Flat, and Human Fall Flat. On the 10th of July, you will have Bomber Crew And on the 11th of July, you will have Warhammer Vermintide 2.
It's cool. Vermintide 2 must be a launch day.
Yeah, it is. All going into Xbox Game Pass. Games with gold this month, for the month of July, we have Assault Android Cactus from July 1st to July 31st, Death Squared from July 16th to August 15th, Virtual Fighter Final Showdown from July 1st to July 15th, and last but not least, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction from July 16th to July 31st. Games with gold for the end of this month. Don't forget, you can still get these ones. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia from June 1st to June 30th. Smite from June 16th to July 15th. And Lego Indiana Jones 2, The New Adventure from June 16th to June 30th. Gary, what do you think of the games with gold this month? Let's start with that.
July.
Yes, July's
decent, I guess. Death Squared's
not a bad game. I've got it.
Played it on Switch.
Yeah, I've got it. Not a bad game. Puzzle, fun with friends. Me and Haley played it and got super angry at each other.
Yeah, of course.
Was fun. They're challenging. The puzzles are challenging.
Yeah, they can get that way. Like, it's one of those where it's like super easy, and then it just starts ramping up.
Yeah. So a fun game. I've actually played Assault Android Cactus as well.
I do not know what that is.
It's like I'm pretty sure it's a twin stick shooter. If I remembered rightly, maybe I'm thinking. I definitely played the game. I might not be thinking of the right game, which was fun enough. I played it on PlayStation. Virtual Fighter, obviously a fighting game, and obviously the big one of this month. Virtual Fighter is a dope game.
No, I just the last time I played Virtual Fighter was on like a Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn, you know it, boy. That's when I played it last as well. Yeah, you know. Sega Saturn was where it's at for Virtual Fighter. But the big one this month was obviously Splinter Cell Conviction, which is a fantastic game. So, yeah, I thought it was an average month, honestly. Maybe because I've played all of these games.
All of them?
Yeah, but, you know, can't just cater to MC Fixer. Am I right?
I mean, you could.
I mean, I'd like you to, but it doesn't always happen. All right, Fix's Sack Time. My Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. Gary, you want to hear some emails from some people?
We've actually got some emails this week.
We haven't got any. No, I'm joking, we do. Fixer and the Beast from the Northeast. E3 was amazing. I hope you both caught up on some well-earned rest, maybe had a Nando's, and watched movies to relax. My question is, what did you expect to see that wasn't at E3? I expected to see an Elite 2.0 controller and movie/TV streaming service from Microsoft. I understand why they didn't show anything like this, as it would distract from the E3 message, which I believe was, what do you want? Games! What are we shipping? A mega fuck ton of games! From
games?
Matt.
What do you want them?
Gamertag
February.
little LIL space SMIS me. Gary, what didn't we get at E3 that you was expecting?
I mean, all of my predictions.
I mean, yeah, we didn't go back over the predictions. We was meant to, and just sort of life just sort of caught up on me. I didn't get it in. Maybe we'll figure that out at some point.
Except the Silent Hill one. That was not a serious prediction. But
still, prediction's a prediction. You used it.
Things like the JRPG and the Xbox Elite controller, 2.0 Avatar games. But I can see why they went in the direction that they went in. 50 new games, or 50 games, yeah, sure.
I mean, I truly thought we would get, I don't think I even predicted it, but I thought we would get more talking, honestly, about services and about stuff like that, and we didn't. I thought that we would get, I know it's hard, but I thought we would get to see Fable. We know it. We pretty much know it's happening. Playground are working on something. We know maybe it's not Fable, but we're pretty sure it is. I thought we would see that. I think now looking back on the 5 studios that apart from Ninja Theory, the rest of those were pretty safe guesses. Because we already knew they were doing a studio up in Santa Monica because that got leaked. We knew that Playground were working on a first-party IP, so that made sense. Undead Labs, again, if they didn't want to stay independent. It just, those all made sense.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we would see more exclusives, if I'm honest. Like as much as we saw 15 exclusives or launching first exclusives and all that shit, I mean like exclusives, we didn't see that many, which is the whole argument about who won E3. I said in a video that I put up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer, that I felt like Xbox won E3 because they told the better story of the two. And that's because they had a better story to tell, which was we are out of the game. If they didn't do something big at this E3, they were done, in my opinion. They were going to be in trouble. And they did. So, I mean, I expected a lot, and I got a lot of what I was expecting. They showed games. I just wish I was expecting more exclusive games, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's fair. I think the exclusive games are going to come. It's just one of those things where games take time to make.
It's that, and obviously when you have you close 2 first-party studios, you close one first-party studio and then shut down a first-party IP that's getting worked on by a third-party studio, or it happens. So,
yeah, they'll probably come. I think they did a really good job of leaning on the third-party stuff this E3. Which they'll need to do until they're ready for things like Fable and Perfect Dark and whatever else people are working on.
Yeah, I just it was good, and that's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah, exactly right. It's like I can talk about all the things that I wanted to see or I thought I could see that I didn't see, but at the end of the day, it was great, so I'm not really that bothered.
Exactly. Next email we got here says, "Hello guys, we talked about this on our podcast, Arsenal X." Just throwing that, he just wants that promotion. And like, look, I respect it.
Gotta respect that hustle.
I make sure I do that from now on, as well as my thoughts on this, which is he's referring to. I read this email. He's referring to when we spoke about the VR coming to Xbox on last week's episode.
Okay.
Phil Spencer talked with Giant Bomb about the future of what their target is and what want to get games running at the best graphics and the best frame rate. And I feel like jumping into VR on console would kind of be a step backwards in that department. I think when it is possible for consoles to run VR in a high frame rate, they might think about it. It said that for VR to truly look good and not make people get sickly easily, it needs to have a seamless frame rate, and a sweet spot is 120 FPS. That being said, consoles just isn't there yet. I think if Microsoft jump into VR, they want to be able to have, like you guys want, and just not experiences. I'm bummed because I was looking forward to having VR on Xbox, but at the same time, after experiencing PSVR, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great. With some games, and it did make me feel sick because it was too choppy at times. So, in all, I'm fine with them waiting till it's easier to do on consoles at a higher frame rate. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Jesse on Twitter at @sub_humanist. Thank you very much for the email. Appreciate it. Yeah, I watched that same interview where Phil spoke about wanting to deliver the most powerful games, etc., etc. I don't think it really has anything to do with that. Personally, I think it's just a pure factor of they weren't going to make enough money from it. And they weren't going to put enough resources into it to warrant it happening.
Yeah, it's like Microsoft is a rich company, but their Xbox division only has a finite amount of resources. And right now, it's like, where do you put those resources?
Where do you put them in? VR or studios?
Studios.
Exactly.
You put them in studios because you don't have games. And then once you've got a ton of studios, and maybe you've got some, maybe then you're looking at doing the VR thing.
It's a hard one. I think as an Xbox player, we spoke about it last week. Would we have loved VR? Yes. Do we need VR? No. Like I say, it's more for me, it's just that argument of like more exclusive games. If you've got more teams working on VR titles that are just on your console, you've got more exclusive games.
True.
Simple as.
And there's some great VR games.
There are, but there's some bad ones too.
Oh, there's a ton of terrible ones, like anything. Yeah.
And our last but not least email says, "Hello, you glorious men. I hope you're both well, kicking butt and playing some games. First, this is at the community. Stop being lazy and email in, please. Now, to the question. Have Xbox missed out on Amy Hennig? Could have gave her the Santa Monica studio. Stay sexy and glorious. Your lover, who can't take a week off from emailing, apparently, Mr. Moody. Again, no, I don't think they've missed out because she wasn't available. You can only miss out on something that's available. She's made it very clear that she wants to stay independent. End of story.
Yep, 100%. Like, yeah, yes, they did, but only because they would never have got her in the first place. So.
Well, I think the question's missed out.
Yeah.
No, because you can't miss out. If she went to Sony, if she went back to Sony and was given a first party studio, they missed out. They didn't approach her and give her enough money. If she goes to Ubisoft, if she goes wherever, then they missed out. Not if she wants to stay independent. She's not missing out then.
Microsoft, yeah, you're right. They didn't miss out. They would have been better with Amy Hennig.
100%.
She wasn't available, but maybe she'll stay independent like Ninja Theory wanted to stay independent. So
I think I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be I've got something, but no. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it turns out. That's all. Gary, people can email him, myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. That's where you can fill out Fixer Sat. Keep them coming. I want to hear from those people we don't hear from. They're the ones I really want to hear from.
What are you thinking?
Had some great feedback from some people about Snowbite Mike, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Still need to talk to Snowbite Mike. He's just announced that he's hosting the Kind of Funny prom.
I actually saw that. Yeah.
So congratulations to him. Fantastic news. Super proud of him, so I'm super happy about that. Let's plug, Gary, and get ourselves out of here. What you got to plug?
Charity stream. JustGiving.com/wordsaboutgamesgb18. We're doing it on July 7th. That's 1 week and 1 day. We're doing it in favor, and we're doing it in benefit of Special Effect. If you don't know who they are, they're the guys who make custom controllers and interfaces for disabled people so they can play games and use technology. They also helped make design the Xbox One adaptive controller. We just passed a donation goal, which means I'm going to be dyeing my hair for the live stream.
Oh.
We're just about to hit a donation goal where I'm going to put Keith in the scariest VR game I can possibly get my hands on. Live on the stream, of course, because he's terrible for jump scares, so that'll be entertaining. And beyond that, we have another donation goal, and we'll just keep going until we run out. But if you can donate, that would be brilliant. I'd love you so much.
So what you're saying is if you don't donate, he doesn't love you. But if you do,
I didn't say that,
more.
But if you want to say that, then...
I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Then that's... Yeah, I mean, if you want to interpret it that way, then...
I'm just putting it out there. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just putting it out there. From myself... July is my birthday month, so birthday stream is happening again this month unless something comes up, because I might be going away for my birthday this year. Some stuff's happened, so we'll see. But as far as I'm aware, the only thing I really want to plug is my birthday stream. I do it every year. I get super drunk, like passed out drunk every year. 2 years in a row we've had Greg Miller. I am hoping we can get Greg Miller on to play some games this year, which would be dope. But we'll see if we can actually make that happen. So yeah, July 20th, book it off, be there. I'm thinking about even, if I do it, I might do a 24-hour live stream.
Holy shit.
So it would mean less drinking, but it would mean
I was going to say,
content.
You're not going to be drunk for 24 hours.
No. But, so the idea I was thinking is maybe I just stream from like 7 in the morning until the night time, and then I start drinking from about 7 onwards, and then see how far we get into our pass out.
7 till 7 sober.
7 till 7 sober, and then start drinking at 7 and see how long we go.
What you need to do is, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna like do a 24-hour thing, when you start drinking at 7, you need to have like some sort of drinking game involved.
Well, we do. For every donation, I take a shot. For every sub, I take 2 shots, and then it goes on and on and on and on. So yeah.
You said July 20th.
July 20th. Sweet.
I am 100% available.
Oh, thanks.
And we'll be watching.
Appreciate it.
Most of that stream. I'll have money set aside for donations.
God. Why did I mention it? But yeah, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone that listens to the show each and every week. Remember, seriously, email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. And until next week, Gary, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Bye-bye.